Have you ever noticed that your best work, your most outside the box ideas, comes to you when you're not trying to force it? It may seem like a sick joke at your expense that your creativity comes back to you the moment you decide to walk away, but it's actually a sign that you should slow down and recharge your mind. I've started to realise that even in my downtime, when I'm taking a break and not thinking intensely about an idea or a piece of work, inspiration is more likely to hit me than when I'm chaining myself to my desk. Metaphorically, I mean, I'm not into that stuff. In my experience, when I step outside the unproductive stress bubble that I've placed myself in, creativity and ideas flow more easily, and relaxation is far more conducive to a productive and healthy mind. Now, this isn't the most groundbreaking epiphany, but what I can't seem to shake off is how we grow up being told that the inverse is actually true. That as long as we keep grinding and cram as much information into our poor little brains, we're bound to succeed. Today I'm going to look at the diminishing returns of effort, tracing the origins of this unhealthy lifestyle that causes us to suffer burnouts time and time again. I'll also delve deeper into how we often reap more rewards when we stop forcing an outcome. With that out of the way, let's get to it. Why we always burn ourselves out. Well, I think it goes back to our school days, when we're told to revise as much as humanly possible and given homework to hand in the next day, or nowadays upload online within an arbitrary time frame. Rarely will a teacher say, no homework today guys, just go and experience life so you're fresh tomorrow. If you have an exam, you're encouraged to cram the night before, like SpongeBob here reading 2 pages at the same time. But you can't waterboard your brain with information, as this breakdown shows us.
How's your revision going?
Yeah, not bad, pretty good. Got an excellent schedule sorted, colour-coded and balancing my time well. Got some drinks here to help, Pro Plus, that sort of thing.
Right.
And nothing's fucking going in.
As we're all influenced by experiences from childhood, we carry this rushing mentality into adulthood and stress ourselves into a frenzy in an attempt to produce something under the strain. Because, hey, pressure makes diamonds. The issue with this is that we don't know when to switch off, blind to the signs that we have no brain power left. We're experts at spotting when other people need to take a break, like a co-worker whose eye twitches like this Squidward meme. With ourselves, we're constantly rushing towards the finish line, even when there's no need for a deadline. I constantly notice myself doing this editing these videos. When I start, I struggle to do anything else until it's finished, even though I have a few days until I need to even upload it. Why are we always rushing? Personally, I think this mentality is engineered into most 9-to-5 workplaces, where you have to always appear to be busy so as to justify your paycheck. If you seem too relaxed, you could say adios to any hope of promotion. And if you seem tired, instead of treating the cause, you treat the symptoms and guzzle a caffeinated drink to get you through the day. Then, when we get home, we're so depleted that we can't muster up the energy to pursue anything creative. All we can do is stick on the TV, hope to get 6 hours sleep, and the cycle continues, counting the days until the holiday we booked, imagining the pool is filled with an elixir of life that will energise us for the rest of the year. But it turns out this buzz only lasts a week, and before you know it, you're back to being burnt out again. No wonder we're all victims of overthinking. When we frame our lives as an endless grind with effort and pressure as an endless fuel source, we won't know what to do when our energy actually runs out. We'll also fail to consider the possibility that quality can grow quietly in the background when we're not working to a deadline and immersing ourselves in some fresh experience that recharges our brain. In other words, experience gets you closer to the solution than just intensely thinking about a problem in isolation. We undervalue the rejuvenating influence found in the downtime of life. I love this quote by the writer Aldous Huxley, who said something similar. The more a man knows about himself in relation to every kind of experience, the greater his chance of suddenly realising who in fact he is. So, when you're next feeling uninspired, instead of powering through it, take it as a sign that you need to find inspiration by stepping outside of the space you're confining yourself to. As I said in my Addicted to Thinking video, check it out if you missed it, I would make this mistake when I'd pull an all-nighter writing, neglecting the benefits of rest and real-world experience, thinking I was writing pure poetry, when in fact it was frantic ramblings. In this isolated existence, any semblance of life would only be found when I'd peek outside my window. Since that video, I've found another quote by the American writer Dale Carnegie that hits the nail on the head about this wasteful existence and how it only paralyzes you further to act. In his words, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer the negative elements in your life, don't sit at home and think about it, go out and get busy. Boxing yourself in. Too often we box ourselves into a restrictive routine because it makes us feel in control. Although routine and structure can be great, without it I'd be stuck in my beanbag playing games, there is still a time and place for it, and in some cases we need to let go of the constraints we put on ourselves. Take creativity, for example. If you try to structure your creativity, you're missing the point by attempting to put constraints on something that's boundless. In other words, you're trying to make art which is subjective into a concrete science. Whatever you're creating, whether it's a painting or a model village, it has to be pure fun, curious, playful exploration that's fueled by passion. A sandbox to play in that brings you as close to the pure play you experienced as a child. When we frame our lives as a grind with effort and pressure as the fuel source, we forget the importance of unstructured play. When a child plays, they're not planning. They're fully locked into the moment because their maximal interest in the activity lets them give all of their energy to the activity. If, counter to this, you have an exact time to sit down and try to be creative without inspiration or interest fueling you, it will be detrimental to producing work that you'll be proud of because you're trying to force it. Inevitably, you'll get stuck in a rut and writer's block will sink in. When you feel as if you've hit a wall in whatever stage of life you find yourself in, this is a sign that you need to go back to the research stage to find more breadcrumbs. Things that connect with you, things to lead you in the right direction, things that are fun and not a grind. So let's all let go of the grind set and look forward to what comes next. Thanks for watching.